Hello everyone, I'm about to get ready for editing. Let me see if it'll actually start. Remind me later. Uh, my apologies, Windows is just being weird. Hey Chance. Yeah, let me see if I can figure this out. This is my first time streaming, so we'll see how this goes. So, since you're here, are you able to hear me? Alright, let me restrict this. Nope. Hmm. But yeah, Chance, since you're my first viewer of the stream that, while I'm talking, are you able to hear me? Microphone says it's working, but I'm still trying to figure out how to get... Okay, game capture. Okay, thank you, Chance. Thank you. Ignore the baby, if you can actually see that. I hope you can't. And hopefully nobody could see that. What it was the baby from Resident Evil Village. Alright, how does this work? Editor, overlays, App Store. In Resident Evil Village, there's two babies, yeah. Well, technically one. I'd be getting into spoiler territory if I talk about it, though. Although, what I can say is that it's a dad game. It's a dad game, like playing The Last of Us, only it's a toddler instead of a teenager. Sources, game capture. But yeah, all I'm seeing here is this background, the start a game background. And I'm just trying to figure out how this actually works. No, not my own offspring. I have no human offspring. I've had dogs, I've had turtles, and I've had birds. But no humans to call my own. Although, I am an uncle, so there's that. Chosen family, not biological family. Okay, so Resident Evil Village, You play as Ethan Winters, and it starts off with him at home. He's a family man. In fact, in the first game he's in, RE7, you go out to fucking Dulvey, Louisiana to find your wife. And, well, the game picks up assuming that you did not screw her over. Congratulations, buddy! Now, are you a chosen family uncle like I am, or are you a biological uncle? But yeah, so anyway, I technically did a lot of the groundwork for this video already. What I mean by that is, so when I do a game music video, it's easy to like find the footage that I want for a character or whatever that I'm doing. But when it comes to using media from paleo documentaries, there's a lot of footage of the talking heads. Oh, wait. By technicality, that does beg questions, but I understand if you choose not to divulge into that on live stream. It's not like I'm gonna share too much about my family situation. You know, it'd be really nice if I could. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I've got the video on my phone. Because whenever I live stream a game, I also put it on. I put the stream on my phone just so that I can chat with people, i.e., how I chatted with you. But yeah, this is my first time using Streamlabs, so of course it's getting confusing. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm sorry. I mean, I technically don't get to see my niece and nephew that much. I've only gotten to see them twice, and both of them were in the last year. Uh, but at least I got to see my buddy and his kids. Yeah, yeah. I understand that. There's a difference between family and relatives. That's what I've always said. Ah, bloody hell. So yeah, this is me learning how to stream labs. Oh, I love those kids. They're a little rambunctious, but that's to be expected. The oldest one is 7. Um, but, I mean, I always have fun when I see them. In fact, they keep asking me, when are you going to move up here? Because, for anybody that lives in the States, they'll know what I'm talking about. So I currently reside in Arkansas. And I was born in Arkansas, and this is where I went to school in high school, but I grew up in Indiana. Uh, that's why I don't have the southern accent that people from Arkansas tend to have. And it was also kind of by choice. Because, like, I had the accent when I moved to Indiana as a kid. I was able to unlearn the accent, and then when I moved back to Arkansas, I did everything I could not to get the accent. Okay, here we go. Sources. Share a specific window. Add source. Really? You're a Philly, huh? Where in Indy did you grow up, and where in Philadelphia? Do you claim Philadelphia as part of your heritage? There's a voice actress that I work with. I don't know if she's actually living in Maryland, but that's where she was at the time that some voiceover meeting was going on. Uh, for anyone unaware, I'm also an actor, and recently I got cast for a web series. It's a cartoon. Um, it's funny, paleontology type content is what got me into film and television, but I never actually pursued paleontology itself. Funny. I'm gonna let that be visible. Yeah. It says it says another moderator handled this, but I don't know who the other moderator is. I mean, I have two people that I trust with that, and I don't think either of them are on. I don't think either of them are on right now. And one of the two people I trust is the dad of the kids that I call my niece and nephew. I don't think he's up right now. Or, well, no, wait, he could be up, but he should show up on here if that's the case. But yeah, sources. I just had this. Media categories. Oh, I was looking at captures. That is probably the safest thing, keeping one's political views to oneself on public like this. I mean, I don't judge, but some people do. And I don't want to see any sort of debates or anything just because people disagree on stuff. Anyway, 10 minutes and I still don't know how to stream labs. But I'm looking at sources, alert box. You mean when you say the fella in the bayou, are you talking about the guy in Resident Evil? When he went to look for his missing wife? Because if you mean the guy that from Resident Evil, he found his wife. So the story of RE7 is Ethan Winters looking for his wife, right? And he goes to Louisiana, some fictional town called Dulvey. He finds his wife there, and she seems erratic. She then starts behaving weirdly, which when you're in the world of Resident Evil, this is a world where people can become monsters. Wait, capture window. Okay, do you see this here? This is the opening for the... I don't know anything about Dunwich. Okay, my video should be showing now. Here, I'm gonna move my screen up. Okay, now let's see if this is a static image. Or it went black. Wait, what went black? Oh, if you mean the screen after a few clips, that's because I'm essentially just starting this. I spent the majority of my time trimming down the footage. Hold on. Yeah, no. At the latter part, that's because there's nothing there, basically. Um, I spent all of last night trying to trim out all of the talking heads footage, all of the paleontology experts. No offense to them, it's just that, I don't want them in the video. This is about Entelodont and its rivalry with Amphicyons and Hyenodonts. I don't want to show paleontologists in this video. No offense to them, it's just that's not the point of the video. And I also don't want to be ratted out on by Discovery Channel or Nat Geo. Although, really, BBC is who has been the most stingy with their footage. No, that is completely fine, my Neanderthal buddy. We don't use the word caveman. We use proper names here. Neanderthal. Or, Cro-Magnon. Or Denisovan. Is that how you pronounce it? Denisovan? Uh, anyway. But yeah, so the footage here, this is what I have to work with. And I'm trying to figure out what goes with what. But yeah, as you can see, all I have here is just the beginning. And really, last night was when I added this part onward. And when I added all this. Although I do wonder if I'm going to be able to... Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen anybody comment saying, we want to see more paleontologists in the video. Although now that I've said that, maybe somebody visiting the stream will totally say that just out of spite. Now, something kind of funny. So people see that I do polls every now and then to kind of decide what video I should focus on. This is a lot of... Okay, now the reason why there's so much Amphicyon footage is because this is actually from the Monsters Resurrected doc. And I don't remember them actually having an episode dedicated to the Entelodont. But they had one dedicated to Amphicyon, and they stole some footage from Walking with Beasts. Not gonna say that like it's a bad thing, because I've done it too. Many paleo fans that do videos like this have. I mean, BBC is peak. But, anyway, so what I'm trying to do now is decide what footage works best. Although there's a possibility I may have to use headphones. to decide on that because I can't actually hear the song. And I'm kind of glad about that because if I can't hear the song through the monitors, then that means I can't really get copyright struck for using it. Now, the song that I used, if anybody recognizes it, comes from the show Lucifer. Being Evil Has a Price. I don't even know what album it comes from. Yeah, actually, I want to do a monster movie one day featuring Entelodonts. I've written a screenplay featuring Hyenodon, and it has a cameo from Andrew Sarkis. Um, but I wrote the screenplay and then I made it a book as well. Uh, and I kind of gave the Andrew Sarkis the Entelodont stand-in role because they have a rivalry. Episode 2 of wait, you're talking about Monsters Resurrected? I appreciate that. Yeah, so I've got the screenplay copywritten and I've got the book published. Maybe somebody will pick it up, or I'm learning that I'm not really that good of a director. Because of this action film that I'm working on, although possibly it could just be that I'm trying to act and direct at the same time, and it'd be one thing. Yep. Oh, Lucifer, yes, Lucifer. Previously on Lucifer. Now, there's one clip that is driving me nuts I can't find. And it's in the... I thought I guess I can let that slide. There's one episode of Prehistoric Predators, which is the other doc I have footage from. So I have footage from Monsters Resurrected, Prehistoric Predators, and Walking with Beasts. I have surprisingly little from Walking with Beasts, considering... Actually, I need to see if there's anything else featuring Entelodonts. Oh hey, maybe I can use that. Glad I didn't take that out. Although I don't remember that scene. I'm gonna have to rewatch Walking with Beasts just for that. No! I hate when you do that. Alright, Chance. Yep. I can hear it in my headphones.
They are capable of eating everything on a carcass, even the teeth.
So, my interest in paleontology came from watching these shows as a kid. Walking with Dinosaurs, Walking with Beasts, when dinosaurs roamed America. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers that watch for the paleo content, because apparently I do have an audience for gaming content, even though I don't hear as much from them, it seems. Hey, you're back! So I figured out that I indeed can hear when I plug them in, when I plug my headphones in. I just... You know, one thing that annoys me about Prehistoric Predators and Monsters Resurrected is how much they seem to reuse the same footage. And I'm worried that I'm going to be limited in what I can use when I do this. Because right now I'm just playing the video to see what looks good with it. Although, I definitely like this. I just don't know where I want to put it. Um, Missed what I said. Wait, I just plugged my stuff back in. Can you hear me? Huh. Okay, it says I can, but I don't know. Um, you missed what I. Yeah. Which show are we talking about? Are we talking prehistoric predators or Walking with Beasts, or Monsters Resurrected? Which kind of makes sense for Resurrected. It's about Amphision. You know, I just remembered. Primeval. There's an episode featuring Entelodont in that. I mean, granted, these videos are meant to be semi-educational, so I can only do so much. Yeah, yeah. Prehistoric predators. It really made them. It really made both Entelodont and Hyaenodon Amphision's bitch. I mean, it was one thing showing Entelodont and Hyaenodon go head to head, and I swear there's a scene where an Entelodont calf, I guess that's what I would call a baby Entelodont, survives being bit by a Hyaenodon on the skull. But I can't find that footage to save my life, and I think it would go great for this, especially because I've got this scene here of a young Entelodont running away from a giant Hyaenodon. Yeah, I mean, that Daedon, or Dinohyus as they called it in the episode. Um, yeah, really. They really wanted to make it look like the bear dog was the badass that just destroyed everything. And I'm not. No, and you know, it's funny. Monsters Resurrected and Prehistoric Predators were both made by the same animators. Creative differences. It's just that Discovery Channel told them to do one thing, and National Geographic said do another. But it's all the same animation. Same studio, just different. Like, you can see differences in the models. But, like, it's funny how, even in Monsters Resurrected, you see it take on one Entelodont, but it has trouble with a pack of Epicyon, or Boropagini, or whatever, those bone-crushing dogs. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yeah, you mean the... Ah! Nah! No! You do not belong, sir. No offense. You're great at your job. You're just not what I need in this video. Yeah, it is some bullshit. It is. It is. And this stream will definitely not be rated appropriate for kids, because we are swearing in this stream. And I'm okay with that. My niece and nephew don't watch realistic documentaries about dinosaurs anyway. The nephew likes dinosaurs, but he doesn't, he's not interested in the realism. He's interested in the fantastical, which is cool. I mean, everybody loves Jurassic Park. He's just, not there yet. Okay, this has to go somewhere. This fight, yes, it needs to go somewhere. Eh, too much of the Indricopthere calf. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna let that show. I'm gonna let that show. But yeah, so I finally found a clip that I want to include. I just need to figure out where it should go. And I apologize that you cannot hear the music, although I am kind of glad that that means I can technically make money off of this video if I don't get completely demonetized for language. But yeah, let's see what looks good with this music. Although, like I said, I kind of want to save that space for if I find the baby Entelodont getting attacked. Okay, here we go. Chasing off a Hyenodon. That needs to go in here. Not this exactly, though. And growing from Archaeotherium to Daedon slash Dinohyus. That needs to go in here somewhere. As a matter of fact, when I conceptualized this video, I wanted it to be one of those family videos where it shows different members of a family. Like how I had the Tyrannosaur video where I named off the different species, but at the time I didn't name any of the rivals or the prey items. I did do that for the wolf video. Itching to craft. Very nice. Very cool. So what is the which video do you mean? The Tyrannosaur one or the wolf one? That clip goes on a little longer than I'd like, but that's okay. Something I wanted to do but didn't do. Hold on, I'm just gonna do it like this. Copy. Create a new copy. Yeah. And I build up its badassery. Although that means that I need to put a clip of... Ew, not what I meant to do. I'm gonna look up the species name on my phone and make sure that I have the spelling correct. You see, when I'm not worrying about stream, I can just look this up on my computer, no problem. But since I have an audience, I have to do things a little differently. Besides, I don't want people seeing what I have in my background images. And I was just watching a thing about Entelodonts the other day, so... And see, I can spell Dinohyus and Daedon easy. I just don't have... I don't have Archaeotherium committed to memory. Nor do I have Para-Entelodon. Oh, good. It only has one species name, so... Wait, there's more species? Oh boy. I'm just gonna say Archaeotherium sp. So that I don't actually have to look up which one it is. Now, while I'm doing that, I can look up Daedon. Hey, Tyrannotherium! Good to see you here! I'm trying to remember which video you commented. Was it the Allosaur video? Yeah! Now it's not just an A and B, it's an A, B, and C. You missed me struggling to learn how to work Streamlabs, but I'm getting better, question mark. So, while I'm thinking about it, now when it hulks out, create a new copy. Formerly Hyas. Is that how it's spelled? Yeah, now let me shrink the font some. That's not much smaller. But how does it look? Sorry, let me look at chat. Supposedly, the Entelodonts featured in Walking with Beasts are either Entelodon or Para-Entelodon. But I think Para-Entelodon is very fragmentary, but they think it's about the same size as Daeodon, which kind of fits in with the size estimates they gave based on them oversizing Hyaenodon to be the size of a rhino, which Hyaenodon gigas was huge, but it was probably like maybe the size of a lion or a tiger, whereas Hyaenodon horridus was more like the size of a wolf. Yes, Lou Ferrigno on top of a Dino-Hyas would be peak. Now I want to see somebody make that. Go into an AI art thing and be like, yeah, Hulk smash! I'm not going to do the full voice because my dad is sleeping and my brother's somewhere else. Let's see how this looks. Because being evil has a price. Yeah, Magistotherium. Yeah, the Forgotten Bloodline, what is that? Now, let me just decide on which clip I should use for Entelodon. And I mean Entelodon or Para-Entelodon. You know what? I'll use this. Now, did either of you gentlemen, or I don't want to assume gender, so forgive me, do either of you viewers happen to vote on the video theme? Which I'm sure that if you did, you voted for the Entelodon. But did you see what was second place as far as what video they wanted me to focus on? And it's like something I proposed as a joke, but I think I have to do it. Oh man. Okay, I need to see that. Yeah, I I need to see Forgotten Bloodline. Okay, so the videos that I proposed for the voting poll, number one was Intelligent, because obviously it seems that most of my viewers are paleo fans. Second place, well, no, I'll get to third place. Third place was a gaming tribute to some of my favorite heroines of gaming. That would be like Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm sorry, V. Um, but what was second place, I kid you not, was a Steven Seagal music video. Because a while ago I did a couple of AI generated songs. Nigel Marvin is going to narrate. Sign me up. Sign me up. I love that man. And I watched him before he did the Chased by Dinosaurs duology. He he says that he seemed to get a lot more recognition because of his work with Impossible Pictures. Yes, Regina from Dino Crisis is also planned to be in it, but I don't have any footage of her yet. Um, you know, it's funny. You would think that I would have more Turok content on my channel because it's gaming and dinosaurs. It fits both. And you would think I'd have more Dino Crisis content. I have two videos that are Dino Crisis, but they're both re-uploads of somebody else's work. One was a music video that was deleted forever. Yes, Nigel Marvin is great. You know, I think Steve Irwin would have been really cool to bring in for a dinosaur documentary. I'd like to see him. Uh, I would like to have seen him talk. Yes. By the way, did you hear about that new Turok game that's supposed to be a third-person shooter? I mean, part of the appeal to me was that it was first-person, but I'm not going to complain as long as it's good. I just hope that it's not one of those live-only games. You know, like Metal Gear Survive, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to ask yous two right now. Should I label this as I want to see Son of Stone really bad? I actually wanted to, before I was aware of Son of Stone, I was writing a screenplay for my own hypothetical Turok adaptation. It would have been a hodgepodge of the sci-fi, the 2008 game, and the original uh, series, the original tall set. But then I found out about Son of Stone, and I was like, oh damn it. Now, had I made that movie, what would I do different? I don't know. But I need to see Son of Stone before I can judge. I know that some of the dinosaurs are oversized, and so are some of the other species. I think it's a Tylosaurus that's the aquatic predator in that, and it's massive. Uh, could the Daeodon have been hunting a similar camelid creature to what we have in prehistoric predators? And I will absolutely check out Forgotten Bloodline when I'm not streaming, of course. But so, um, should we call this Para-Entelodon or should we call this Entelodon? Either way, I'm going to put in parentheses that it's possibly the other. A Sprintosaur? You mean Spinosaur? Or is there a Sprintosaur that I'm unaware of? Which is totally probable. Question. Other than the Para-Entelodon versus Entelodon debate. Do you think stop motion footage belongs in a future video? Because I've been watching some of Phil Tippett's stuff when he did Prehistoric Beast and when he did the Dinosaurs documentary. And then I also saw Gondwana Land, Muttaburras documentary. And I don't know, I really want to use that footage. I mean, it's practically public domain at this point. Well, Prehistoric Beast itself isn't, but I mean, it's old enough to be considered public domain. Okay, I'm gonna put Entelodon until you tell me otherwise. Let me just look up the spelling. And this font size is not final. Uh, can't do that. Phone. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Hollandi. I'm gonna bring that font in just a little. You dabble in stop motion, you say. So, how long does that take to do stop motion, would you say? Yeah, I knew about Walking with Dinosaurs coming back, and also Prehistoric Planet, which, I mean, it's made by the same people, and Prehistoric Planet was also the Discovery Kids' name. I think that the new Walking with Dinosaurs, it's probably going to get similar recognition, not recognition, reception to Prehistoric Planet, I think. Because, I mean, Prehistoric Planet was definitely a spiritual successor and unofficial sequel. So I think it's probably going to be more of the same. Um, I just hope that it's better than Life on Our Planet. And I don't want to insult Life on Our Planet to fans of that series. It just didn't grip me. And it seems like there's other people that agree with me on it. Feel free to discuss in the comments below or in chat how you feel about Life on Our Planet. Yeah. I would love to see a stop motion documentary done. I actually, I don't remember his name, but there was a YouTuber that did claymation, and I actually wanted to approach him with a thing. Holy crap, 8 hours for 20 seconds? I mean, at least when I worked on my short faced bear video, um, when I worked on the Arctodus video, which was for Godsmack I Stand Alone, that took me 4 hours to make. But keep in mind, I was also I was getting all of the footage as well as editing it. Whereas now, I already have a lot of the footage, or I have all the footage at my disposal anyway. But yeah, and I think I Stand Alone lasts 4 minutes and 8 seconds. So that was essentially 1 minute and 2 seconds an hour I spent working on that music video. And that was my first real paleo video. It wasn't the first time I did a video regarding extinct species, because I think I did the thylacine, one of my thylacine videos before then. But my first music videos, period, my first one that I did was actually Metal Gear Solid. Oh, thank you so much. And I mean, that was my first, so it was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? And like, you'll see some very incorrect information, which was kind of the fault of Jurassic Fight Club. Life on Our Planet has beautiful visuals, and Morgan Freeman's an alright narrator. I mean, personally, I would have picked Kiefer Sutherland, but yeah, I mean, I still haven't finished Life on Our Planet, and I want to, if nothing else, so that I can figure out how to steal the lion footage, because that's a gorgeous cave lion. Yeah, it's funny. I go on YouTube and AI will suggest ideas for videos I should do, and many of them were themed around monsters we met. And actually, when I look up copyright stuff to see if I can copyright strike anybody that re-uploads my stuff, because I saw two people re-uploaded my Allosaurus video, monster, and no, I didn't go after him because then somebody can come after me for all of my music videos, and it's kind of an honor to see somebody else appreciated my work enough to re-upload it, and it's still got my name on the video, so they know it's me. Um, Jurassic Fight Club definitely puts entertainment over education, and you know what? Let them. Real paleontology experts know that it's wrong. Let the dino fanboys enjoy it. And I say fanboys because, like, I got into discussions on Facebook groups. There was like a discussion. There was like debates between people that were legitimate paleontologists and people that really research the stuff, and what one person called paleo fanboys. Those were just the people that were like, "Yeah, this is badass. Yeah, that's badass." Basically, the audience of Jurassic Fight Club, in a nutshell, at least how I interpreted it. And I was categorized as a one of those paleo fanboys for a while because I used to ask those kinds of questions. Yeah, AI. AI. But it gave me that banger Big Al video song. Big Al's Big Great Fall. I mean, I had fun making that video, although BBC doesn't like me for it. Whatever. Um, I'm sorry, we're getting into a lot here, which, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's fun. I just, don't want to disappoint people that wanted to see this actually get done tonight. Now, I put Deodon SP because there's two recognized species. Whereas there's only one recognized Dinohyus hollandi species. And I don't know which one it's synonymized with. Actually, let me see how this looks. I may have to swap out and put the Entelodon somewhere else. Here, I'm going to move that just a smidge. Yeah, don't trust that snake oil. Ah! The question of the millennium. What the fuck is up with dirty PMS? Well, I'll have you know that the PMS are my initials. Look me up on IMDb. Preston Michael Simpson. As for the name Dirty P, that was a nickname given to me in high school because somebody thought it would be funny if I decided to do rap. And they kind of decided for me that I would rap. And he just randomly came up with the name Dirty P. And, that became my nickname. And, sometimes people would address me as such and be like, "That's me." Um, but, uh, but obviously I didn't take rap seriously. Now, had I gotten into porn for real and not just my OnlyFans, although I do have one, don't subscribe, please don't. I don't make any money off of it anyway. Or do if you're into that. No judgment. I But yeah, I decided that if I would get into porn, Dirty P was the name I would use, because I'm an actor. So, any excuse to be on camera, am I right? Um, but I never really got into that. So on OnlyFans, all you'll see are selfies of me. Um, Although I have used it to promote some of my student films. Well, I don't get menstrual cramps, but uh, I do get hot flashes. Which is funny because I wasn't born with the anatomy that is associated with hot flashes. But yeah, no, Dirty P is just my nickname and my initials combined. Um, I actually saw a comment on one of my videos. I couldn't tell you which one it was, and it was an older video. Um, the guy said, well, guy, girl, person, said that they will subscribe to me if I change my name. I didn't respond to this person, but I immediately was reminded of Filthy Frank, who used to make videos out of reading hate comments, and I was like, I should totally, if I ever do this, that comment is going on there. um, Actually, speaking of hate, my most viewed video is the Terror Bird video with the Sonic Syndicate song Denied. And not only is it my most viewed, it was also my most disliked. In fact, I almost wonder if it got so many views because of the hate. It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. Yeah, I love that guy. I remember after Quiet on Set came out, I immediately remembered Pink Guy's song Nickelodeon Girls. Damn it, Chance. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff, but yeah. Um, a lot of people just, I don't know if they didn't like the song because I got one hate comment straight up said stop making these videos, and I'm like, what kind of videos are you talking about? Generic ass videos with generic ass music. And I'm thinking, I've got a following. I don't need to listen to you. Go build your own following. Take your own advice if it's really so bad. Another reason I think people didn't like the Terror Bird music video, I think I may have I either intentionally or unintentionally boosted the audio. Like, it's ultra loud. And I know that there were some songs that I intentionally did raise the audio, there were others that I unintentionally did it. I don't know which one I did for that. But yeah, the Terror Bird video is my number one most viewed video. And it's also my most disliked. I don't remember if it ever gave me the like to dislike ratio, and I could probably look it up, but I'm not feeling like going down that rabbit hole right now. But Smilodon My Demons, which was a more recent video I did, that is like third place, I think. In fact, I'm trying to think what gaming music video even made the top 10, because it was almost all paleo videos, and a couple of Metal Gear uploads, one clip of Life is Strange. And I know I've been on a Life is Strange kick lately. That had to do with the game, the newest game coming out, reawakening old memories, me loving, me getting to play the games again, and going through a lot of stuff that made me realize why I empathize with those characters, because I went through a lot of similar experiences that some of those characters did. But anyway, this is about paleo content and a little bit about movies and gaming, other gaming. Torok, Dino Crisis. Speaking of Dino Crisis, did either of you see? Uh, Dang it, what was the name of that game? Violet, uh, something Violet, but it's basically a Dino Crisis esque game. It's third person, over the shoulder. Yeah, Animal I've Become is probably one of most people's favorite Three Days Grace songs, so naturally it gets used a lot. Tyrannosaurus is one of people's favorite dinosaurs. Why not put them together? Um, uh, doesn't ring a bell. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. And I appreciate the thing about my sense of humor. Um, what was I? Oh, you're talking about the Scarlet game not ringing a bell. Yeah, it's going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but it's third person. You play as this woman. She's in some sort of facility, but she's getting chased by raptors and compies. And there's actually a laser trap. Just like in Dino Crisis, you could set up these laser traps that would stun raptors, except these laser traps will actually impale the theropods coming after you. But yeah, it's okay if you it's okay if you don't have any clue what it is. I just saw it today. I think it's new. Yeah, I remembered watching it was actually a Metal Gear video, Liquid Ocelot, Animal I've Become. And I liked how they included sound from the game, the dialogue from the characters. It seemed like it added more passion. And so I decided to incorporate the sound effects into my own videos. Now, I don't know that I can do it for this one. I may not. Um, but I know that I can't use the raw audio because a lot of it's going to have the narration. And I don't want narration in my videos unless it actually fits. Like the music videos I've done for Land of Lost Monsters slash Monsters We Met. That narration works perfectly for one of the videos that I was trying to do. Because it was really just a tribute to the series, and the narration is part of it. Ah, Bulletproof, yes. And I think that was the first time I did a paleo video in a very long time at that point. And I recently made a sequel, and it unintentionally, I swear, I don't know how YouTube did this. So both my prehistoric favorite creatures videos have the T Rex, the teenage T Rex from When Dinosaurs Roamed America, as the thumbnail. And I don't know how that happened. But it ended up using a similar thumbnail, not the same one, but a similar one for both videos. And I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Um, Wait a minute. Ah, Sins of a Divine Mother. That probably has something to do with it. You know, the reason why I know they exist is because they were going to contribute a song to Shadow the Hedgehog. Or they were trying to reach out to them to contribute a song and they weren't contacted in time. And in fact, a lot of my songs you'll find are actually from Sonic soundtracks. Yeah, I actually want to revisit Woolly Mammoths or Columbia. I want to revisit Mammuthus, period. I just don't know the song I want to use for it yet. Whereas I've obviously revisited Smilodon. I've done 2 Tyrannosaurus videos. And I mean Tyrannosaurus, not Tyrannosaurs. That would be 5. 7 total. Because well, 6, but I don't count the. I can't count the re release that was in HD as a separate video. By the way, do either of you boys watch the videos by EB Laser Rex or Legit Eliminator? Those guys were, or one of them is definitely a guy. They were kind of inspirations to me as far as making my own paleo content. And actually, I have a playlist on my channel which I use to incorporate videos from as many other paleo vid content creators as I can. Yeah, and I actually visited one of them streams. I I can't tell you which one it is because I get them mixed up all the time. You know, they have a similar style. Actually, speaking of style, Prion Devil, I think is how you pronounce his username or their username. They Raging Crocodile. I will definitely need to make a note of them. Robert Larson is pretty cool too. I liked his stuff. Um, yes, thank you, Tyrannosaurids. Yes, that video, the collection of videos. By the way, you know, I've got a video for Gorgosaurus. I've got several for Tyrannosaurus. I think Daspletosaurus needs some love. I think Daspletosaurus deserves a little love. And I know people are gonna hate me, but I loved Little Das's hunt. It was so cute seeing little Das, fuck up as a little hatchling trying to ruin hunts. Not trying to ruin hunts, but he unintentionally ruins the hunts. And I really enjoyed Dinosaur Planet the series. Now I say that because there was also Dinosaur Planet the canceled game, and I was actually my first voice acting opportunity. Yes, lions also need more love. Yeah, Little Das's hunt was an episode uh, of Dinosaur Planet, and it focused on Daspletosaurus. Um, it actually was a twofer because it also focused on two Maiasaurs, Buck and Blaze. Buck gets hurt by, I believe, the mother of Little Das, and it's just it's mostly Little Das stalking them, and Little Das keeps messing up the hunts because he's an inexperienced teenager. Um, Actually, speaking of Dinosaur Planet, did either of you catch my Pod the Pyroraptor video? I wanted to ask what you thought of it because that was done as my 7 point something thousand subscriber special. Um, Let me rewatch this and. What do you think? Do you like this, guys? Yeah, Little Das's hunt was really cute. It's kind of like best case, worst case scenario for Speckles, the Tarbosaurus. I'm sure at least one of you has seen that. Tarbosaurus also needs some love. But anyway, my tangent about Dinosaur Planet. I was actually in a involved in a fan web series based on the game Dinosaur Planet, which, for those of you unaware, Dinosaur Planet was the beta version of what became Star Fox Adventures, which was the game that made me a gamer because I obviously got it when I was still in my paleontology phase, my first paleontology phase. I have two paleontology phases, one as a child, one as a young adult, and I'm still technically in that phase, even though I'm 31, almost 32. But yeah, so and actually, Star Fox Adventures is pretty much the only game I pull from when I do Fox McCloud tributes. Oh, yeah, that's heartbreaking. That child voice actor. By the way, one of my favorite documentaries about woolly mammoths actually comes from the same people that made the same animation studio behind Speckles, or at least I believe it's the same studio. EBS, and it's called Mammut, uh, Titans of the Ice Age. And I say Mammut, it's really Mamu, but it's got the T on it, so I gotta say it so that if you're looking it up later, you know what to type in. Um, that's where a lot of my mammoth footage. That's where my mammoth footage for the Smilodon tribute came from for uh, my demons was from Mamu, and it was kind of heartbreaking too, but it was from EBS just like the Speckles documentary was, because I think Speckles was originally a Korean. Dryptosaurus needs to make some appearances for sure. I mean, I've had people make requests for creatures, and yet I can't do tributes if they don't show up in anything. Um, if you show up in a video, I'll use you, but you gotta show up in something, a documentary, a movie, something. Please, please give me some Dryptosaurus love so that I can do that, or Laylops, or whatever you want to call it. I like the name Laylops better, but I know Dryptosaurus is more correct. Hey, I was glad to have you here, Chance. Maybe I'll make this a more frequent thing. Um, if I'd finished this video sooner, I would have actually started work on the Steven Seagal video during the stream just to see anybody cringing on the stream over that, or to see if I get any hate comments in the replays. That would be fun. No, no, Steven Seagal. We hate that motherfucker. Well, yeah, it's obvious that they were. Yeah, okay, I like the documentary and entertainment value, not educational value. But you could hypothetically just model swap it for a Homotherium and you would be just fine. Or if you take it back a little further in time and you assume that it's a Mycaridus, or Macaridus, or however you pronounce it. Or maybe an overgrown Meganterian, but that's really stretching it. Have a good night, Chance. Again, thank you so much for attending. I was glad having you here, suffering through my learning how Streamlabs works. Wait a minute. Did my footage disappear? But yeah, that documentary was more for entertainment, not for education. I gotta go back to sources. Share a specific video. Cancel. Yeah, did this video disappear on you too? Or is it just me? Let me save it before I forget. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. So Tyrant Beast 97, are you still here? I'll understand if not. Hey, I got 4 likes. That means it's probably you two, myself, and one more person briefly visited. Hey, you're back, Chance. It said that you disappeared for a moment there. Oh, okay. I'll see you around Tyrant Beast 97. Thank you so much for attending as well, and welcome to anybody else who happens to be here while I work on this. just will not do. There is an over-representation of Hyenodon. I mean, there's an underrepresentation of Hyenodon and an overrepresentation of Amphision. So I've just got to fix that. Heck, even the prey has more attention. Alright. First I'm gonna scoot all this closer together. What even is that clip? That very tiny little clip. It's something. Oh, it's eating. Yeah. Alright. Dear viewers at home, does this entertain you, watching me edit? Would you encourage me to stream more edits like this in the future? If so, would you want me to stream when I edit paleo content, or when I edit gaming content, or when I do that Steven Seagal video? For those unaware, or in case they missed me talking about this earlier, a few times now I have put polls up asking people what video they want me to focus on. Because, I mean, obviously I'm working on multiple videos at once, but, you know, which one they want me to prioritize is what they want me to finish first, is what I really mean. So, 2 times I have included a hypothetical Steven Seagal music video. Both of those times, I kid you not, both of those times, it was second place. First place was something else. Both times it was second place was something paleontology related. But get this, the other paleontology music video, which was a video for Halftooth, the Smilodon from Walking with Prehistoric Beasts. For those who are aware of it, Halftooth, for those unaware, he's a Smilodon, a saber-toothed cat. I refuse to call him a saber-toothed tiger because those don't exist. It's a saber-toothed cat. Anyway, Halftooth is a Smilodon, a saber-toothed cat, and he was the focal point of an episode of Walking with Beasts. And I did a AI-generated song about Halftooth. I also did one about Steven Seagal, which is more of a banger than it deserves to be. And I did one for Big Al, the Allosaurus. Who, those unaware, he's an allosaur, or she, because people believe that Big Al might be a female. But at the time, Big Al was believed to be male, or presumed to be male. Anyway, the song, for the first time that I included the Steven Skull video, it was for 2 different paleo videos that it was competing with. And it got second place that time, and it got second place this last time. What I'm editing here is first place. This is the first place video. But if a video keeps getting second place, I guess that means I have to do it, don't I? Whether I like it or not. And honestly, my holdup is it's getting harder to capture footage for personal use. There used to be some great websites like Convert Files, YouTube to MP3.net, File Converter, I think was what it was called, was another one. Media Converter. But those websites keep getting shut down for the obvious reasons. You know, you're stealing other people's content, but yeah, it's making things more difficult to be able to download videos for me to use for this type of content. I might have to consider investing in some sort of software that captures such footage. You know, a software that, like, actually does my, that will take my DVDs. Comments. Aw, that's really sweet. Um, I got a I posted a short explaining my lack of creating video content, and I got a very sweet comment from somebody using the username Walter Hartwell White, uh, telling me to take my time and they'll be waiting for when I come back. Funny thing is, I've been posting content since I posted that video. But yeah, that was really encouraging. So thank you, Walter Hartwell White. Um, or should I call you Heisenberg? Anyway, back to this.
It is an extremely impressive animal, and that's where that term got coined, the Terminator pig.
Oh yeah, this is a better roar. This is a much better roar. I'm gonna use this. Ah, right. And I apologize if this stream is kind of boring. You know, I honestly didn't expect anybody to attend when I watched this, when I started this, or when I even planned it, to be honest. But I was very happy to see that Tyrannotherium and Chance came through and visited. Um, but yeah, this was mostly meant to just show people my process of editing. I think I'm going to split that there too. Just because I don't know that I like using all of that. I don't want to get boned by the BBC. Pun definitely intended. As well as traumatizing visuals. Yes, I'm all about traumatizing visuals. Speaking of traumatizing visuals, anybody watch Watership Down? I finished The Plague Dogs a while ago, and I think I need to watch Watership Down sometime. And for those unaware, it's both are very dark animated films that feature horrible things happening to animals. They're they're animated. They're supposed to look like kids movies, but they're really not. Um, but they're beautifully animated, especially for the time. Watership Down was released in 1970, and from what I can tell, it had very impressive visuals for back then. And then The Plague Dogs is 1980 something, and it outdoes anything that Disney did in the 90s by a long shot. Um, and yeah, but as impressive as it is, it's also horrifying to watch. If you're an animal lover, you've been warned. But uh, I can tell you that Plague Dogs is a good movie. It's just dark as hell. Um, Watership Down is probably more of the same. Now, I need to get some more love for the Hyenodon. Because honestly, Hyenodon is one of my favorite animals. And I am upset with myself for not giving one of my buddies, one of my favorite animals, more screen time. So I am just going to fix that now with some love for them. Hey, want to watch it take a poop?
The Hyenodon defecates on it, but it will take more than that to put off the
Yeah, I don't know why they animated that. I don't know why that's in there, but it is. I don't know that I've ever heard of animals actually defecating on their own food. But they supposedly used all the research they could into modern animals to better understand these extinct creatures and come up with these scenarios. So obviously something must mark its own food in that way. Feel free to comment or chat if you can tell me what animals do this. It'll probably ruin my view on those animals for the rest of my life, but I mean, I found out chimpanzees. Well, actually, if I talk about chimpanzees and what I've learned about them, that'll get me demonetized. But let's just say they unalive babies of their own kind, which is why the mommies leave after giving birth. Yes, I know I have to include this clip in there too at some point, in some way. You know, there's probably going to be a lot that I need to undo. I mean, sure, it looks like it's halfway finished, but I'm going to be rewatching it just to make sure that I'm actually happy with it. But yes, let me give the Hyenodon some screen time. Not when it's getting pimp slapped, though. I want it to be about the Entelodont, not the Amphiscion. I've already done an Amphiscion video. hold on, I'm gonna look up these Daeodon species. So that's gonna drive me nuts. Alright. Alright, so it's probably gonna be 14 D Shosh on Shosh Ensis. Alright. Let me see if I spelled that right. SH OSH ON in SIS. Alright. D Humer Awesome. Yes, I am taking this information straight from Wikipedia. Also, apparently parrot Entelodon is it's pretty big. Possibly bigger than Dinohyus or Daeodon. Entelodon intermedium. No, that's a bit big. See, it's known from very fragmentary remains. Alright, what species of Entelodon is it? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of species of Entelodon. You know what? We're going to call it an Entelodon. Para-Entelodon instead. Depending on if Para-Entelodon is native to Oligocene, Georgia. Banera, Georgia. You know what? I'm going to worry about Archaeotherium for a minute here. There's more species. Oh, that's right. That's why I was like, no. That's gonna be fun. Okay, where does Mortoni live? No, that's Europe. Taxonomy is a nightmare. I'm glad I'm not a biologist actually trying to classify these creatures. I wonder if there's a way that I can get it to... Or timestamps thing? Nah. Show me participants. Nah. But no, I'm finishing this video tonight. I just need to figure out where to put the hyaenodon. I wonder... Now's an okay time to use Amphision. Yeah, that's cool. Shrink the sound out. unplug my phone now. Yeah, I hope this is actually entertaining to people. Sorry if it's not. Yeah. Yeah, just playing with an old version of Sony Vegas. No, that needs to go. Maybe that needs to go here. Oh, yes. Because of the roar. It just goes here. And look at that, it's almost perfect length. That's what she said. Now I can probably extend that. No, I can't. She's there. You know, before I forget, I should probably include a footage credit. I just need to look up the name of the episodes. By the way, in case anyone cares, the fonts that I use primarily are Courier New, which is my signature, and I use that because it's a screenwriting font, because I am a screenwriter too. And for most text, I use what's called Times New Roman. Some of you probably do know what that is, but in case you don't, it was common for people writing MLA format essays in high school and college. Although there was a time that Arial was what I was told to use. Okay, see, that's too big. I gotta go small. That's also what she said. What is it, Land of Giants? I'm gonna have to look this up. Yep, it's Land of Giants. Yeah. Killer Pig. Alright. Okay, the font is still a bit big, so I'm gonna go down a couple more sizes. Alright, chat. How does that look? Not that anyone's actually watching, but yeah. There we go. Maybe. Maybe I just need to do it one more time. There. No need for the comma if I do it like that, right? Nothing I can use. Maybe this. Fill in space. Just gotta stretch it a tad.
'Cause being evil has a price.
Right. Now we're going to today. Is that spelled right? Evo has a price. Now I want to see if see what the right visual quality would be for this. Hold on. Make sure it doesn't say the loop region only. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for joining my, or viewing my first, visual, audible stream. I've streamed many times before, but it was always on the PlayStation 4 with no microphone, no webcam. So thank you so much for viewing my first stream where you can actually see and hear me, and where some of you actually communicated with me, heard from me. Until next time, let me know if you would like to see me stream any more behind the scenes videos of my video editing endeavors. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, or streaming about other stuff in general, perhaps watching me play a game or listening to me play a game. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for attending. Have a good day. And be on the lookout for this video when it finally does drop. Thank you so much.